in his suburban garage to breaking speed records. This man has redefined what's possible in motorcycle engineering. Stick around, because today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Alan Millyard, what he's built, how he does it, and why he's considered one of the greatest engineers of our time. Born in Berkshire, England, Alan's journey into engineering started at a young age. Growing up, he was deeply inspired by his father, who worked as a crane designer and often crafted prototypes out of cardboard and would write at their kitchen table. Watching his father's creative process ignited a spark in young Alan, a passion for building and designing that would later transform into a lifelong pursuit. By the time he was a teenager, Alan was already experimenting with mechanical systems. His curiosity and natural talent led him to start modifying bicycles and later motorcycles, setting the foundation for the engineering marvels he'd create later in life. Over the last 25 years, Alan Millyard has crafted some of the most extraordinary motorcycles the world has ever seen, each one built almost entirely by hand in his modest garage using simple tools. His projects range from multi-cylinder two-stroke bikes to monster machines powered by aviation and car engines. Let's take a closer look at some of his most iconic creations. 1. Honda SS50 V-Twin. Alan transformed the humble Honda SS50 into a V-Twin masterpiece, showcasing his ability to combine artistry with engineering precision. 2. Flying Millyard. One of his most famous creations, the Flying Millyard, features an engine derived from an air-cooled radial aviation motor. This bike is a true tribute to Alan's innovative spirit. 3. Millyard Viper V10. And who could forget the Millyard Viper V10? Built around an 8-liter Dodge Viper engine, this motorcycle is a beast on two wheels, capable of hitting speeds over 200 miles per hour. In 2023, Alan and TV presenter Henry Cole set a world tandem speed record on this very machine, 183.5 miles per hour. 4. Kawasaki V12. Alan also built a jaw-dropping V1 motorcycle using the Kawasaki Z1 300 engines. The result: a sleek and powerful machine that looks like it rolled out of a sci-fi movie. 5.700cc Velocette V-Twin. Finally, there's the Velocette V-Twin, another masterpiece that speaks to Alan's unmatched creativity. Each of his bikes carries a personal touch, combining functionality, performance, and aesthetic appeal. Here's the most mind-blowing part: Alan doesn't rely on expensive machinery or a state-of-the-art workshop. Instead, he builds these incredible machines in his small suburban garage with simple tools. His approach is grounded in practicality and ingenuity, focusing on problem-solving and precision. Alan often starts with an idea, sketches it out, and then uses his engineering expertise to bring it to life. Whether it's combining engines, modifying frames, or custom building parts, every step is a testament to his craftsmanship. What sets Alan apart isn't just his technical skill, it's his philosophy. He believes that engineering should be accessible and fun, and he inspires people to think creatively about how machines work. His legacy is more than just the bikes he's built. It's the community of enthusiasts he's inspired around the world. Alan's creations are showcased at events worldwide, earning him respect and admiration from fellow engineers and motorcycle enthusiasts. Many describe him as a humble genius who doesn't just build motorcycles, he builds dreams on wheels. Alan Millyard's story is a powerful reminder that passion and determination can break any barrier. He's proof that you don't need a high-tech lab or millions of dollars to create something extraordinary. All you need is a vision, some basic tools, and the courage to take risks. So, what do you think of Alan Millyard, a garage engineer turned global icon? His story is one of innovation, creativity, and pure grit. Let us know in the comments which of his creations impressed you the most.
This is the Norton Nemesis 5.8, a machine so rare, so extreme that only one was ever built. This isn't just any superbike, it's a 1,500cc, 235 horsepower beast designed to shatter every rule in motorcycle engineering. Conceived in the late 1990s, this motorcycle was designed to push the boundaries of engineering and performance. And they didn't just aim high, they went stratospheric. At the heart of this monster, a 60-degree V8 engine pumping out 235 horsepower at a screaming 12,000 RPM. That's more power than some race cars. This power plant was intended to deliver unprecedented performance, positioning the Nemesis as a potential leader in the superbike segment. However, despite its groundbreaking design, only one pre-production unit was ever built, making it a true unicorn in the motorcycle world. But here's where things get really crazy. This bike was loaded with engineering quirks. It had 3 spark plugs per cylinder, totaling a mind-blowing 24 spark plugs. Fast forward to recent years, and the Nemesis has been brought back into the spotlight thanks to the efforts of British engineer and motorcycle builder Alan Millyard. Commissioned by the National Motorcycle Museum in Birmingham, Millyard undertook the meticulous task of restoring this one-of-a-kind machine. His expertise and dedication have been crucial in reviving the Nemesis, allowing enthusiasts to witness its engineering marvels firsthand. The restoration journey of the Nemesis 5.8 has been anything but straightforward. Given its unique design, even routine maintenance tasks presented significant challenges. For instance, removing the front wheel required disassembling the entire front end, a process far more complex than that of standard motorcycles. This intricate design underscores the Nemesis's status as a prototype, reflecting both its innovative approach and the practical challenges that accompanied it. A pivotal milestone in the restoration was the successful ignition of the Nemesis's V8 engine. After meticulous preparation, Millyard managed to fire up the engine on the bench, bringing the beast back to life after years of dormancy. This achievement not only marked a significant step in the restoration, but also reignited interest and excitement among motorcycle enthusiasts worldwide. The Norton Nemesis 5.8 remains a symbol of what could have been. A bold experiment in motorcycle engineering that, for various reasons, never reached mass production. Its story is a blend of ambition, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of pushing technological boundaries. Today, thanks to restoration efforts, the Nemesis offers a tangible link to a daring chapter in motorcycle history, inspiring both admiration and curiosity about the possibilities of motorcycle design. In the realm of custom motorcycles, few creations ignite as much intrigue and admiration as the Millyard Viper V10. This engineering marvel, conceived and handcrafted by British engineer Alan Millyard, seamlessly blends audacious design with unparalleled performance. In this video, we delve deep into the captivating story and intricate details of this extraordinary machine, uncovering aspects that even the most ardent enthusiasts might find surprising. Alan Millyard, renowned for his innovative motorcycle builds, embarked on an ambitious project in 2009, integrating an 8-liter V10 engine from a 1995 Dodge Viper GTS into a motorcycle frame. This engine, producing approximately 500 horsepower and 525 pound-feet of torque, weighs a substantial 340 kilograms, constituting the majority of the bike's total weight of 630 kilograms. The sheer magnitude of this powertrain presented unique engineering challenges, especially in terms of frame design and weight distribution. Crafting a conventional motorcycle frame was unfeasible due to the engine's size. Instead, Millyard designed custom front and rear subframes that bolt directly onto the engine, effectively making it a stressed member of the chassis. The front suspension features bespoke forks fashioned from hydraulic ram components, complemented by Hagen springs. At the rear, 2 Yamaha R1 monoshock units provide suspension duties. Notably, the motorcycle operates without a traditional multi-gear transmission. Its immense torque allows for a single-speed setup, with interchangeable sprockets enabling top speeds ranging from 160 miles per hour to a theoretical 270 miles per hour. The Millyard Viper V10 isn't merely a showpiece, it's a fully functional, road-legal motorcycle that has demonstrated remarkable performance. In early speed trials, it surpassed the 200 miles per hour mark, achieving a top speed of 207 miles per hour at the Bruntingthorpe Proving Ground. More impressively, in May 2023, Millyard and television presenter Henry Cole set a new Guinness World Record for the fastest speed on a tandem motorcycle, reaching 183.5 miles per hour at Elvington Airfield in North Yorkshire. This feat not only showcased the bike's capabilities, but also underscored its stability and engineering excellence. What sets this motorcycle apart is Millyard's commitment to craftsmanship. Constructed in his home garage using primarily hand tools, the Viper V10 motorcycle exemplifies what can be achieved with ingenuity and dedication. Since its completion, Millyard has accumulated over 9,000 miles on the bike, underscoring its reliability and everyday usability. Its road legal status, affirmed by passing construction and use regulations and obtaining an MSVA certificate, allows Millyard to ride this mechanical marvel on public roads, turning heads and sparking conversations wherever he goes. Millyard's engineering prowess isn't confined to the Viper V10 project. His portfolio includes a range of custom motorcycles, such as a Honda SS50-based V-twin and the Flying Millyard, which utilizes an engine derived from an air-cooled radial aviation motor. These creations, like the Viper V10, are not just engineering exercises but fully functional machines that Millyard regularly rides, demonstrating his philosophy that motorcycles are meant to be experienced, not merely displayed. The Millyard Viper V10 motorcycle stands as a testament to what passion, creativity, and engineering excellence can achieve. It's a machine that challenges conventional norms, offering a unique blend of raw power and meticulous craftsmanship. Whether you're a motorcycle enthusiast or simply intrigued by mechanical innovation, the story of this extraordinary bike is sure to captivate and inspire.
What if I told you there's a man quietly working away in his shed, creating motorcycles so outrageous they make million-dollar engineering teams look like they're still figuring out how to screw on a spark plug? His name is Alan Millyard, and in this ordinary-looking garage, surrounded by garden tools, bicycles, and maybe a confused cat or two, he builds machines that shouldn't even exist. I'm talking bikes with aircraft engines, monstrous V12S, and creations that leave professional engineers whispering, "How is that even possible?" And the most shocking part? He does it mostly by hand. No massive assembly lines, no multi-million-dollar R&D teams, just one man, his imagination, and a few trusty tools. Before we crack open the doors to this mechanical wonderland, smash that subscribe button like you'd smash a roach trying to escape under your fridge at midnight. Because the secrets you're about to hear aren't just fascinating, they might make you rethink what real innovation looks like. And if you think a 5,000cc V12 motorcycle is extreme, wait until we get to the engine he built that experts swore was impossible. Alan Millyard is not your average mechanic, and he's certainly not your average engineer. While big manufacturers worry about trends, investors and marketing campaigns, Alan worries about something much simpler. Can I make this engine bigger, faster, and still ride it to the shops? Born in England, Alan started tinkering with bikes as a teenager. Most kids his age were happy just putting stickers on their BMX. Alan? He was busy turning stock motorcycles into mechanical monsters that defied logic. What's unique is his style. There's no corporate polish here. His workshop isn't a massive, pristine lab with white floors and staff in lab coats. It's a shed, a very humble shed. There might be a lawnmower in the corner and a kettle that's seen better days. And yet, from this modest space, he's built bikes like the Millyard Viper V10. A motorcycle with the heart of a Dodge Viper sports car. That's a car engine the size of a small sofa in a bike frame. But here's the real mystery. How does someone in such a tiny workshop manage to create engines that rival and often surpass what giant manufacturers with endless budgets are doing? The answer lies in a technique that sounds insane until you see how perfectly it works. If Alan has a trademark move, it's this: cylinder grafting. Think of it as the Frankenstein technique of the motorcycle world, but without the bolt sticking out of the neck. Here's how it works. He'll take, for instance, a humble two-cylinder Kawasaki engine. He'll carefully slice the crankcase, weld in extra cylinders from a similar engine, rebalance the crankshaft, and voila, a four-cylinder powerhouse is born. The precision this requires is staggering. A fraction of a millimeter off, and the engine would shake itself apart faster than a bad washing machine on spin cycle. But Alan's craftsmanship is legendary. His engines not only run, they often run smoother than the original stock version. And the best part, he does much of it using tools many hobbyists already have: basic lathes, mills and welding equipment. It's less about having $1 million setup and more about having the skill, patience and a mind that looks at a motorcycle and thinks needs 2 more lungs. But adding cylinders is just the beginning. Wait until you hear how he tests these creations, because it's not always in a fancy lab. Sometimes it's in his backyard, with neighbours probably wondering if the end times have arrived. Imagine this. You've just built a one-of-a-kind, never-before-seen engine. You've spent weeks machining parts, aligning gears, balancing shafts. Now it's time to start it up. For most engineers, this is done in a controlled environment, with safety gear, maybe even a reinforced cell. For Alan, sometimes it's done on a patch of grass next to a garden gnome. Take the now legendary Kawasaki V10 he built, two six-cylinder engines fused together into a symphony of mechanical chaos. When he first fired it up, it wasn't in a corporate test cell, it was in his driveway. The roar that came out was so thunderous, birds probably migrated early just to escape it. But here's the shocking thing. These creations rarely fail catastrophically. Why? Because Alan's understanding of balance, tolerances and engineering fundamentals is so precise that even his mad scientist builds are often more reliable than stock bikes. And this brings us to the bigger question, why does he do it? Is this about fame, money, or something much deeper? The answer might surprise you, and it might just make you look at your own hobbies in a completely different way. Alan Millyard is driven by something you rarely see in today's engineering world, pure curiosity. He's not out here chasing a billion-dollar IPO. He's not trying to make the next iPhone of motorcycles. He does it because he wants to see if it's possible. His workshop is like a laboratory of what-ifs. What if I add 4 more cylinders? What if I put an aircraft engine in a motorbike? What if I make a V12 so smooth you could balance a coin on it while it runs? This philosophy leads to a rare thing, innovation for the sake of innovation, and that's why his bikes aren't just wild. They're often road legal and surprisingly practical. Many of them have passed inspections and are fully registered to ride on public roads. And speaking of riding, one of his most famous projects not only hit the road, it became a legend in the motorcycle world. But the real story behind that bike? It's even crazier than the headlines. Let's talk about the Flying Millyard. This isn't just a bike, it's a rolling contradiction. It uses a 5-litre twin-cylinder engine originally designed for an aircraft, and yet Alan made it work on 2 wheels. The sheer torque of this thing is enough to pull tree stumps out of the ground. And the sound? Somewhere between a thunderstorm and a dragon with a sore throat. What's even more shocking is that he didn't just build it for show. The Flying Millyard is road registered, and Alan actually rides it to local shops, bike meets and events. Imagine pulling up next to that at a traffic light while you're on your 125cc commuter. You'd feel like an ant next to a buffalo. And if you thought that was extreme, wait until you hear about the Viper V10 motorcycle, because that one pushes the definition of motorcycle to its absolute breaking point. Yes, you heard that right. Alan Millyard took a Dodge Viper V10 engine, the same monstrous power plant that sits under the hood of an American supercar, and decided, yeah, this should go in a motorcycle. The result? A bike with over 500 horsepower, capable of speeds that would make your insurance company cry. The sheer audacity of putting an engine designed for a muscle car between 2 wheels is almost comical. But Alan made it work, and not just in theory. He refined the frame, tuned the balance, and turned what should have been a death trap into a surprisingly rideable, stable machine. And here's where the story takes a twist. Alan's not just about going bigger and louder. Some of his upcoming experiments hint at something that could reshape how we think about custom bikes entirely. Alan isn't finished. In fact, insiders whisper that his next projects might involve alternative fuels, hybrid systems, and even fully electric custom builds, but with the same insane, over-engineered approach he's known for. Imagine an electric motorcycle with the outrageous style of a Millyard creation, but with instant torque and near-silent operation. Or a hybrid bike that can cruise for hundreds of miles, but still unleash that raw mechanical growl when you want it. Alan has always been about doing what others won't dare to try, so don't be surprised if his workshop soon births something that once again leaves experts saying, that's not possible, is it? And that brings us to a bigger, almost philosophical question. What does Alan Millyard's journey teach the rest of us, whether you're an engineer, a dreamer, or just someone who loves seeing rules get broken? At its core, Alan's story isn't just about motorcycles, it's about passion meeting skill. It's about what happens when someone refuses to be limited by what's normal. He proves that you don't need $1 million lab to create something extraordinary. Sometimes all you need is a basic workshop, a head full of ideas, and the patience to turn those ideas into reality, one weld at a time. It's a reminder to every creative person out there. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, start small, and you might just end up building something the whole world talks about. Alan Millyard's secret workshop isn't a factory. It's not a lab. It's a tiny, ordinary space that produces extraordinary machines. From his V12 Kawasaki to the Flying Millyard, to his experiments that may shape the future of motorcycles, Alan is living proof that innovation doesn't always come from giant corporations. Sometimes it comes from a single mind, a steady hand, and a refusal to accept limits. So the next time you hear a sound on the street that makes your windows rattle and your coffee vibrate, remember, it might just be Alan Millyard passing by on one of his mythical creations.
What if one of the most iconic motorcycles of the 1970s had been built with 4 cylinders instead of 3? Would it have changed the course of motorcycle history? Today we're exploring a motorcycle that honestly just defies convention. A machine that never existed from the factory but was brought to life by the legendary engineer Alan Millyard. Get ready to uncover the secrets of the 1970 Kawasaki H1 500 LC 4-cylinder, a bike that challenges norms and really showcases some unparalleled craftsmanship. Alan Millyard is a name pretty much synonymous with mechanical ingenuity. Hailing from the UK, Millyard has a reputation for transforming motorcycles into bespoke masterpieces. His creations range from the monstrous 5-liter V-twin Flying Millyard to a Viper V10 powered motorcycle. But perhaps one of his most captivating projects is the transformation of the Kawasaki H1 500 into a 4-cylinder marvel. Known for his meticulous craftsmanship, Millyard doesn't just modify bikes, he reimagines them, often in his own garage, using traditional tools and, honestly, an unwavering attention to detail. To really appreciate Millyard's creation, we must first understand the original Kawasaki H1 500, also known as the Mach 3. Introduced back in 1969, this 500cc 2-stroke triple was, honestly, a total game changer. It boasted an impressive 60 horsepower and could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4 seconds, making it one of the fastest production motorcycles of its time. However, the H1 500 was notorious for its unpredictable handling and sudden power delivery, which earned it nicknames like the Widowmaker. Despite all its flaws, it became an icon of speed and raw performance. Alan Millyard saw potential where others saw limitations. He envisioned what the H1 500 could have been if Kawasaki had actually pursued a 4-cylinder version. Taking on this ambitious project, Millyard set out to create a seamless integration of an additional cylinder into the existing engine design. Using 2 H1 engines, Millyard meticulously crafted a new crankcase and crankshaft to accommodate 4 cylinders. His goal was to maintain the aesthetic and mechanical integrity of the original design while enhancing performance and smoothness. The transformation was no small feat. Millyard had to ensure perfect alignment and balance in the new 4-cylinder configuration. He custom fabricated components, including the crankshaft and exhaust system, making sure that each part met his exacting standards. Remarkably, Millyard completed much of this work using hand tools in his home workshop, showcasing not only his engineering prowess, but also his dedication to the craft. The result? Well, it's a motorcycle that delivers a smoother power band and improved performance over the original triple-cylinder H1. Riders have noted the bike's enhanced torque and more manageable acceleration, making it both thrilling and, honestly, more predictable to ride. While retaining the aggressive spirit of the original, Millyard's 4-cylinder H1 offers a refined experience that, really balances power with control. Beyond performance, Millyard paid close attention to the bike's aesthetics. The four-cylinder H1 maintains the classic look of the original, with subtle modifications that hint at its enhanced capabilities. From the fuel tank to the frame, every element was considered to ensure that the bike could be mistaken for a factory prototype, a true testament to Millyard's commitment to authenticity. Alan Millyard's four-cylinder H1 isn't just a custom motorcycle, it's a conversation piece, a bridge between what was and what could have been. It challenges our perceptions of engineering limits and honestly, inspires a new appreciation for motorcycle design. His work has garnered attention worldwide, not only for its technical excellence but also for its artistic merit, blurring the lines between machine and masterpiece. Alan Millyard's 1970 Kawasaki H1 500 LC four-cylinder is more than a motorcycle. It's a symbol of innovation, passion, and the relentless pursuit of perfection. It reminds us that with vision and dedication, we can transcend the ordinary and, well, create something truly extraordinary.
What happens when you take a 1975 Honda frame and drop in a 21st century motocross engine? You get a motorcycle that defies logic and redefines engineering. This is Alan Millyard's Honda SS 250, a machine that fuses vintage charm with high-performance insanity. But this isn't just about power. This bike is packed with mind-blowing engineering secrets you need to see. Before we dive in, make sure to check out our other videos on Millyard's jaw-dropping builds. Links in the description. Now let's get into it. Alan Millyard took a 1975 Honda SS50, originally designed for just 2.5 horsepower, and decided to give it an entirely new soul. He swapped the tiny 50cc engine for a 249cc single-cylinder powerhouse from a 2005 Kawasaki KXF 250 motocross bike, an engine built for aggressive off-road racing. This wasn't a simple swap. The SS50's frame was never meant to handle this level of power, so Millyard reinforced the chassis, built a custom rear swing arm, and re-engineered mounting points to ensure everything fit perfectly. The result? A motorcycle that looks like a classic Honda but performs like a modern race bike. The Kawasaki KXF 250 engine produces 40 horsepower at 11,000 RPM, 16 times the power of the original SS50. With a weight of just 85 kilograms, or 187 pounds, the SS 250 has a power-to-weight ratio that's absolutely insane. First gear alone can take you to 60 miles per hour, or 96 kilometers per hour, while the bike's top speed exceeds 100 miles per hour, or 160 kilometers per hour, numbers unheard of for a bike of this size. To keep the frame from tearing itself apart, Millyard reinforced key stress points and ensured the bike remained stable even under extreme acceleration. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a complete reimagination of what a small Honda can be. With great power comes the need for serious control. The front brake was upgraded to a hydraulic twin-piston caliper with a drilled disc, while the rear drum brake remains as a nostalgic touch. Suspension got a major boost too, with 27mm front stanchions, upgraded dampers and heavy-duty springs, ensuring the bike handles as smoothly as it accelerates. Test riders describe the SS 250 as razor-sharp and thrilling, with precise handling and instant throttle response. Thanks to its aggressive gearing, shifting is minimal, giving you an uninterrupted rush of speed that feels effortless. Alan Millyard has a reputation for merging classic aesthetics with jaw-dropping performance. The Honda SS 250 is no exception, proving that with the right vision and skill, even a humble commuter bike can be transformed into a high-speed legend. This isn't just a custom build, it's a statement. It blends nostalgia with innovation, challenging the way we think about motorcycle engineering. Alan Millyard's Honda SS 250 is more than a motorcycle. It's a masterpiece. With a lightweight frame, a screaming high-rev engine, and precision craftsmanship, it's a bike that surprises, excites, and dominates the road. Now the question is, would you ride this beast? Let us know in the comments. And if you love insane motorcycle builds like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-blowing content from our channel.
Did you know Kawasaki never built a 6-cylinder version of the legendary Z1? But if you saw this bike on the road, you'd swear it rolled straight out of the factory. This is the Kawasaki Z1 Super 6, an engineering masterpiece that Kawasaki never made, but one man did. And that man is none other than Alan Millyard, a mechanical genius who transforms dreams into roaring reality. Today, we're diving deep into the story of this incredible machine. We'll reveal the mind-blowing process behind its creation, why it sounds so different from other six-cylinder bikes, and what makes it one of the most seamless custom builds in motorcycle history. So how did Millyard create something even Kawasaki didn't dare to attempt? Let's find out. Back in the early 1970s, the Kawasaki Z1 was an absolute game-changer. Launched in 1972, this 900cc beast set new standards for performance, speed, and design. It was one of the first Japanese superbikes to truly dominate the roads, combining raw power with reliability. But Alan Millyard doesn't care about limitations. If something should exist, he makes it happen. Millyard began by bisecting the original four-cylinder engine and integrating the central cylinders from a second engine, resulting in a 1,396cc displacement. This meticulous process required re-engineering the crankshaft's balance weights and aligning the crankcases with precision. One of the most fascinating details? Millyard did all this using simple hand tools in his home workshop, no fancy CNC machines, just pure skill, patience, and engineering brilliance. Why the Super 6 sounds so unique? The Super 6 doesn't just look factory-made, it sounds like nothing else. Most inline-six motorcycles like the Honda CBX or the Kawasaki KZ1300 have a 180-degree crankshaft, creating a high-pitched wail. But Millyard chose a 120-degree crank configuration with a unique firing order, 142635. This results in a deeper, throatier growl rather than a high-pitched whine, making the bike sound more like an exotic performance car than a typical motorcycle. And because he engineered the engine so perfectly, it runs smoothly, almost as if Kawasaki designed it themselves. Unlike many custom builds that are meant just for show, the Super 6 is fully functional and road-ready. Millyard took extreme care to ensure the bike not only looks original, but rides like a dream. Many people who see the bike in person have no idea it's a custom build. That's the level of craftsmanship we're talking about. But Millyard, he wasn't constrained by corporate decisions. He had a vision, and he turned it into reality. The Kawasaki Z1 Super 6 is more than just a motorcycle. It's a statement of what's possible when engineering meets passion. Alan Millyard didn't just modify an engine, he created a machine that looks, feels, and rides like something straight out of a Kawasaki factory. This bike proves that sometimes the best motorcycles aren't built by big companies, they're built by visionaries in their garages. What do you think? Should Kawasaki have built a six-cylinder Z1 back in the day?